Good morning, my dear students. Today, let us discuss on the PMIS, which is the second part of our fourth module. These are the syllabus that we are supposed to cover in this PMIS, which consists of our concepts, information system computerization, acquiring a system, problems in information system management, and benefits of computerized information system. So in the first video out of 3 videos that we are going to have in this PMIS, we cover this basic concept first, and in the second video we will be completing the information system computerization and acquiring a system, and the third video we will be completing the problems in information system management and benefits of computerized information system. Let us move on to the introduction. We all know from our second module that we have codifications for all activities that we have in our projects. So in order to have an effective project management, it is very essential that we should take decisions. So this taking decisions and implementation of the same is of prime importance in any projects. To arrive at the most appropriate and wise decisions, we require something known as informations. So upon information only we are taking the decisions. So to set such an information which is relevant or capable enough to make a project engineer or a manager to take decisions, this information has to be so set. And in many of the cases, information and data are used commonly. And let us see what is the difference between this data and information. So data is nothing but the information which is present in raw and in unorganized form. It could be in the form of alphabets, numbers, symbols, and it may refer to or represents the conditions and the ideas and the objects. And we should all understand that the amount of data is so enormous and it is limitless. And whatever that we observe in the nature, in one way or the other, it could be a data either of use or of no use. So it is present everywhere in the universe. Now how is it different from information? Information is the set of data which is available, which could make a project manager to take decisions based on that. So information is such a data which helps you in taking up new definitions. So literally, information is nothing but a processed data. So that is the major difference between data and information. Now this information that has been extracted from a set of data should help the engineers or the managers in performing their function most efficiently and effectively. Efficiently and effectively. That is very, very important. For which the type of information should be well maintained. So to say something as an information, these information should have certain basic characteristics. So let us see what are the basic characteristics of the information. So the first major characteristic is that the information that we have should be useful by the human mind. It should be acceptable to any human, then only that is utilizable. And that information should be of in such a manner that it reduces the uncertainty and it minimizes the risk involved in it. And especially this uncertainty has to be reduced and it should minimize the risk of importantly whatever decisions that we are taking. So the decisions are based on information. So information should be capable enough, or it should be of the order that it could reduce the uncertainty and minimizes the risk of any decision being taken in the site. And it should be of high quality, because whatever information that we are getting should be of very accurate, and it should represent very high degree of accuracy, and it should correlate with the reality. Unless otherwise it is accurate, it will not correlate with the reality. So the quality of any of your information is represented in terms of the degree of accuracy towards the reality. And whatever information that you have gathered, if it is wrong, that obviously creates problem by misleading the engineers while taking a decision. So the major quality of an information is that the information should be reliable, it should be comprehensive, error-free and precise to the requirement. It gives clear idea about the situation, and it is consistent. Once the situation changes, the information that we have gathered should not prove that it is wrong. That is what is consistency means. And it should be understandable by everybody. And it should make a point, or it should be a major point that we have to consider is the information should be delivered on time. A late information is a loose comment. We cannot accept it. And it should be adequate enough to take a decision. So available on time when needed, as well as it is adequate. It should also support to the situation, and thus that warrants the decision being taken during that situation. So according to the situation, we are taking up a decision. So the information should support the situation, and it should say positive towards the decision that has been taken. And it should be comprehensive by right illustrations, and it should also highlight the critical factors behind it. So these many characteristics are expected from any information that we gather. Now let us try to incorporate this in our management. So management especially says about it is the effective and efficient deployment of human and material resources in planning, organizing, mobilizing resources and facilities, guidance and control to have the goal to be achieved, organizational goal to be achieved. So you should understand that the management process is nothing but it is the effective and efficient deployment of all this to achieve the organizational goal, and whatever goals have been achieved should be of an accepted value system. That entire process is said to be the management. Now let us see what is an information system. Information system is nothing but it is a complete system which is designed to generate, collect, organize, store, retrieve and disseminate. It could get the information or generate the information. It should collect it, that is gathering it, and it should be organized in a particular manner, and it should be stored whenever required. It will have to be retrieved out. Retrieved means it should come out, and it has to be disseminated, and even to the society it has to be disseminated, not only confined towards institution and the organization. In some time it has to be disseminated to the society also. So for which the information systems are required in the project management, and that is nothing but a discipline for what? Planning, organizing, securing and management resources, especially for what? For achieving specific goals to accomplish all project objectives. So every project will have its own objectives. Project management deals, or it's a discipline which deals with planning, organizing, securing and managing resources to achieve this project objectives. So what could be the mix-up of all this management information system? Now it is nothing but it is a integrated computer based application system, that is it is a well organized one, It could be capable of providing information in support of what? Operations, management and decision making of the organization. So this management information system is nothing but it is a computer based application system which is capable of providing information which supports operations, management and decision making. So this takes up this management information system obviously uses what all things? It uses a computer hardware and software. It takes up manuals and instructions which already been set up. It may take even models for analysis and then planning, control and decision making in support with a database. So these many parameters would be taken up by the management information system to accomplish this point. And the system collects all the data, environmental data and what is available data is there. It registers, exchanges data and organizational operations, whatever data it could collect and keep, and then it filters, organizes and selects and then provide informations to the managers who will take up the decisions regarding the progress of the project. Now, more specifically, what does this project management information system means? So this is nothing but it's a integrated user machine system, and this system provides information which supports the operations, management and decision making functions which is related to our project management. So the project management has an objective of planning, control and make possible the project objectives, right? So the project objectives are being attained by means of a PMIS system. The project management system will helps by means of an integrated user machine system and provides information which supports the operations, management and decision making functions of a project planning and control objectives. And PMIS is typically a computer driven system and it helps in project manager to develop the projects. So it is capable enough of calculating schedules, cost and expectations, how much it is going to complete over a period of time and what would be the final result, that is your likely results. So this PMIS is most advanced because of the capability of all this. It could calculate the schedules, cost, expectations and likely results. The major goal of PMIS, the major goal is to automate the entire system, organize and provide control to the project managers in all the processes. In all the processes, the project manager has a control on automated organizing as well as, and that gives a control towards the project management system. This project management information system are system tools and techniques used in project management to deliver information. This is one of the prime factor that we are supposed to consider, because at different levels, whatever type of informations that has to be provided will be provided by PMIS. So that is one of the wonderful objectives or wonderful function of this PMIS, which we are going to discuss in detail later. Project managers use the techniques and tools to collect, combine and distribute informations mainly by means of electronic and in some cases using manual means also. And it is used by from top to bottom, that is upper to the lower management, and the informations are communicated with each other. The automated system we have already discussed before. Since it is an automated system, it could quickly create, manage and streamline the project management process. This is one of the wonderful advantage that PMIS provides. There is nothing but, since it is a very good automated system, it could quickly create, manage and streamline the project management process. And to develop the portion of the project, this PMIS could be used by the project management team to create the schedule, to create estimate and risk assessments, and even it helps you in gathering the feedback from the stakeholders, because PMIS can have almost a completed view of the project, accomplished view of the project, or accomplished system of the project. What happens is it could get feedback even from the stakeholders. Let us see the functions of PMIS. PMIS obviously is used to set standards, especially in the case of measuring and comparing the progress and the cost. Progress and cost is mostly related. So obviously this PMIS helps in setting standards and helps in measuring and compare the progress and cost. So the standards that it is going to set includes the project time schedules, budget, material and labor schedules, productivity standards, quality control and specification, and even in many cases that could generate even construction drawings. And to organize efficient means of measuring, collecting, verifying and quantifying data, that also helps you in assessing the performance with respect to these four parameters: time, cost, resources and quality. So whatever performance pertaining to these four items like time, cost, resources and quality, PMIS is an efficient means for measuring, collecting and verifying and quantifying the data related to all these four parameters. And it also functions to manage means for converting the data from operations to information, which is in a production line, how much, it's a quantification factor. So this quantification is the information that a person should know. So from the operation line, this PMIS system would help you to gather information regarding the production by means of converting the data from line to information. And this helps you, or the major function is to report correctly whatever necessary information that we require, and the information thus gathered is rightly being interpreted by the management. And even this functions in such a manner that will give you something known as an exception report. Especially it helps you in highlighting the critical factors. Once the critical factors have been identified, that delivers information at time to consider that a critical factor and appropriately take up a decision, especially for the remedial of the critical action. So these are the major functions of PMIS. What would be the objectives of PMIS? PMIS would help you in planning stage, execution stage, as well as the closure of the project management goals. So let us see one by one. During the planning process, the project managers use this PMIS majorly for budgeting the budget framework, and consequently the budget is set. They could help them in estimating the costs. And it is also used to create specific schedules and define a scope baseline. At what time, what work would be completed, at what cost. So during the planning process, these two processes would happen. It will set up a baseline, it would develop a schedule, and it will develop a budget and estimated cost. And in the execution stage, that PMIS would help the project management team to gather information into one's database. So during execution, whether it is going as per this baseline and the schedule or in the expected budget or the estimated cost framework, to monitor that, the PMIS is utilized by the project management team to gather the information. And meanwhile, this gathered information, obviously the PMIS would interpret on itself to compare with the baseline, with the actual accomplishment of each activity, manage the materials, and it also collects the financial data, and apart from all this, it will keep a record for reporting purposes also. So these two points pertain to the planning stage, and these 2 points pertains to the execution stage. So in the management planning process, that will helps in framing the budget and to estimate cost. It also helps in specific schedules, and it also helps in defining a baseline. In the execution stage, it will collect informations, and whatever information is being gathered, it will compare with the baseline in accomplishment of each activity, managing materials and financial data. Apart from all this, during this stage, it also helps in keeping the records for reporting purposes. Upon closure of the project, this is the third stage. In this stage, the PMIS is used to review the goals and check the baselines that they have met, whether it has been met or not, and check if the tasks were accomplished. Whatever tasks have been accomplished, whether it is meeting the baseline or not, will be checked again and again. Review would be there. At each point, what has gone wrong, what has favored, everything would be checked through, and then it is used to create a final report at the time of project closure. And this PMIS is a tool used to document, store, and project management plan, even subsidiary plans, which is A or B or C, whatever it may be. And also it is used to document the entire work product and whatever relevant documents that a project should have. And it could be manual or automated, it is immaterial, but normally that is an automated data, and it should support the change control procedures defined in the project. So according to the criticality of each activities or the tasks involved, probably there may be certain amount of changes. This PMIS is either manually or automatically capable enough to adapt towards this change control procedures. This PMIS has certain components which is utilized for its purposes. So it consists of a hardware, software, database, procedure and operations, and also it will have documents also. So it will take up inputs by means of data generation by internal source or external source. It will process the information by means of data analysis. It stores the data, and the data could be retrieved, and even it is capable enough to be disseminated. And in the outputs, you can generate regular reports, and even special reports also could be generated. At all levels, they have a proper feedback system, and that forms the major components of PMIS. In the structure of PMIS, it helps in the managerial planning and control activities of 3 categories majorly. That means strategic planning, which is in the higher level, managerial control, which is in the middle level, and operational control, which is in the very lower level. So this resembles a pyramid as it is shown over here, and you could observe that different levels of person is trying to access under their operation respective operations that they are going to do based on cost parameters as well as time schedule parameters. So let us see from the bottom. In the bottom level, in the operational control, we have supervisors who is responsible enough for resource productivity control. Whatever resources that we give, productivity has to be there. So resource productivity control will be done by the supervisors, and it is by means of the activity control. In the second level or the middle level, we have managerial control, which is normally done by managers. They are responsible for managing the cost and cash inflow for appropriate control of the resources as well as productivity, and that comes under work package control. So it is precisely for that work alone these managers are being posted. Now in the strategic plan, it is a major part of the project, or it is the project as such. Normally, it is done by the project manager level, and he is responsible enough to have a budgetary control who disseminates budgets towards the managers for the resource as well as production control. So by achieving this, he will reach a milestone. The project will reach a milestone. So activities is in the base level. Work package is related to the project parts of the work project, and once the project is completed, a milestone will be achieved. So in different levels, according to different cost parameters and time schedules, these are the way by which the PMIS control information passes. From the baseline to the higher level, they use the PMIS system itself. PMIS framework generally consists of a data processing system, mainly towards operation as well as in the managerial level. So they inputs the data and they process the data. And decision support system generally being done by middle as well as the top level. So in the pyramid, as I have shown before, the lowest as well as middle level, they will do this data processing system, and managerial and top level would do the decision support system. To help them, we have something known as office information system, in which whatever process of officing or general purpose application would be done here. And in the top level, to maintain strategies, they have something known as artificial intelligence system, AIS. And across all this four system, you may have something known as communication system. So this framework is the basis of your PMIS. So PMIS act in different ways to different persons. I have already discussed before. At different levels, the information has to be passed and relevant information has to be passed. So in the operation as well as managerial level, they require data and data processing system. In the managerial level, they have to slowly take decision in accordance with top level. So decision support system would be done by managerial as well as top level. So in the decision support system, the data which has been provided by the operations system will be utilized through managerial level. So that is why it has been involved. And this, whatever decision being taken, it is disseminated through the office information systems. And to predict and all, in the top level, they use artificial intelligence system, and across all this, you have something known as communication system. How this is being done, for which we have something known as information system computerization and acquiring a system and all, which we will cover in the next video lecture. Thank you very much for your kind listening. Thank you.